guys, welcome back to Bait and Tackle, and today we are going to pour some Slim's lure molds. He pours some excellent silicone molds. He started off with the crawfish series. This is the 3.5 inch craw, and then he also did a 4-inch craw as well. And you can get these on his site. It's slimlures.com. But I just recently ordered the Smalley Snack Goby, which is really awesome. I think it's a little over 2.5 inches long. Awesome little bait. I got 2 of those. And then I also got 2 of the Winnows, which is like a long, skinny minnow. Awesome for drop shot. Awesome for finicky fish. Very finessey. I love it. I think this is a great mold. So we're going to pour some of these today and see how the silicone is a little bit different than traditional like a aluminum mold. And I've done some before in the past, but you got to use a heat gun if you want to use multiple colors, which we're going to try today. We're going to do I think we're going to do some copper and green pumpkin in the craw molds. I'm not sure about the minnow molds and the goby yet. We'll get to that when we get there. So let's do this. Okay, so I just wanted to go through these molds a little bit closer on the camera with you guys so you guys can check them out. But the attention to detail that he puts in these molds is outstanding. The crawfish, the tail, the claws, where they meet. I mean, it is an amazing job. So again, there's a 3.5 inch and there's a 4 inch. So there's two sizes. There might even be another one, I'm not sure, but I thought he was going to do another one, but this may be it for right now. He does have another one on there too. I think it's called like the mean bug or something like that. It's just like a crawfish, but it's different. So check those out. And then this is the Smalley Snack mold. I got 2 of those, but incredible design. That very, like I said, really good detail. We're gonna have to take our time pouring these real nice and slow because of the fins, and there's eyeballs in there and everything like that. He did a really good job with the attention to detail, like I said. So we're gonna have to heat this plastic up pretty warm to get down into those small cavities. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get some stuff warmed up. I think what we're gonna do first is I think we'll do the craws first, and we're gonna do a copper color and a green pumpkin. So we'll do copper first down the body, and then we'll do fill the rest of it in with the green pumpkin. And I do have a heat gun for this process, just a battery powered one. It's a Craftsman. I actually like these tools. There's quite a few. You can buy a whole bunch of different tools with the Craftsman set. They got a soldering iron, they got a little rotary tool like a Dremel. They have all sorts of different tools, so I really like having those around in the shop. I know a lot of guys use Makita or Milwaukee or DeWalt, and I have a set of DeWalts on my work truck for doing my job, but as far as home use goes, these Craftsman ones actually work pretty well. So again, we'll do some copper, I think. Some of this copper color, that came out pretty good. I think it's a little bit heavier plastic. I think it's not as soft, but it'll do. And then this green pumpkin, I think that's pretty soft too, so we should be all set there. The minnows, I'm trying to think of what I want to do with the minnows. I'm thinking maybe something a little bit different. Maybe like a silver type color, maybe like that. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe some white and silver, like a traditional type minnow type thing. I'm not sure, but I think we would do the silver first in the bottom, just to do the actual top part of it silver, and then we'll do the bottoms, because these are the bottoms, right? The flat part's the bottom on these. So we might just do that, do like some of that white and silver, kind of do like a natural minnow type thing on those, and then like I said, we'll do the green pumpkin and the copper on these craws. So let's get started here. Let me get some plastic heated up, and I'm going to just do 2 of each. So we'll do 4 molds total, and let's get this rolling. So let me heat up some plastic and get it degassed and everything, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've got our copper heated up to about 350, nice and hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start in the center of that tail, and I'm just going to let it kind of fall down the bait. That's all I want, just a little bit of copper into the head. just like that. So I want that copper to show through. I want a fair amount. I want enough of it in there to where it's gonna look cool, but I also want enough in there to show that copper color. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, right up to that eyeball. I think that's good right there. And again, that's the 4-inch. So we're going to go ahead and do the 3.5s as well. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And I thought about doing some of the copper like out in the claws, or in the claws, which I may still do. Haven't really decided yet. I think if we do that, yeah, that would look pretty cool. So let's do that. Let's pour just a tiny bit in each claw cavity, just to give it a little bit of a something unique, you know? Just like that, just a little bit in each claw cavity. Now, I don't want to do the tips of the claws. I mean, you could do that with like some red or something. I've seen a lot of people do that. Let's do something a little bit different here. Okay, there's that one. These ones are a little bit smaller, so I just need to keep that in mind. Just a little bit of plastic, like that. And I even bled a little bit over into the whatchamacallit area, but that's okay. Like that. Just a little bit. Each claw. Good. And now my plan here, there we go. My plan here is when I heat this up with the heat gun, some of that will lay out. And I'm getting my second color, the green pumpkin, done right now, which it is hotter than Hades. So let me get it in the degassing chamber. We might be able to do this pretty fast. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and get these degassed. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and heat these up. It takes a minute for this heat gun to really get going, so I'm going to just go ahead and get it up real good. And really, the only thing you really got to do is heat these up so that the plastic is tacky. You just want to make a good bond between the layers. Is really what you're trying to do. So my latest issue right now is, you know, with these tail molds. Some tail molds from some manufacturers, they're just a straight up tail, and they don't really, you know, connect very well. It's just, you know, plastic on plastic bonding. Some of them actually give you like a little bit of a tab, so that way you can it'll grab onto the plastic, like wrap around it more, you know what I mean? Gives you something to actually hold on to it. Those are the ones that I really enjoy. So like I said, we're just going to keep heating this up. I think the green pumpkin is done. So I'm trying to do two things at once here. Okay, the green pumpkin is done, and it's very hot. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep heat on this, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour. And I'm going to let it try to bleed out onto those claws. And this is very hot plastic. I have it more than 350. And it's okay if we get a little bit too much extra. The claws I will trim out. Come on, there you go. Like I said, we can clean this up. Just very carefully trying to get this claw filled in. Okay. Then I'm going to hit it with a heat gun again. Looks like this tail didn't fill out all the way. And this is not a super hot heat gun. I'm not trying to burn the plastic or anything. So let me work on this, and we'll go ahead and do another one. There we go, guys. So we'll see how the bond went with those, but let's let them set up and we'll come back and check them out. Alright, so I let them sit for a few minutes and I started trimming a little bit, but I'm gonna just pull one of these out just so you guys can see. Let me pull this a little bit closer. I'll pull this out so you guys can see. There we go. Now I see a little bit of cold cracking there on that color, but it's not terrible. I may need to crank the heat up a little bit more on that heat gun, but it makes a decent bond. But look at that color. Isn't that amazing? Copper and green pumpkin. That looks cool. So cool. There we go. That came out great. So awesome. So the one thing you can do now is, now that this is out of the mold, you can trim it up. You can use some nice fine scissors, or you can use an X-Acto knife just to trim around. Like I just got like on this one, I just got a little bit too carried away on the claws. So you can probably just like trim just around the edge of the claw there on the inside. It's the only spot that was really noticeable. There it goes. It pulls right off. But there you go. How's that, guys? That's pretty cool. I've done a couple of these two colored before and they came out really good. So let's go ahead and do another one. I think these are all going to come out really cool. But see how I got pretty carried away in the plastic in that one. So if you look at that claw, this one right here, it's full of plastic. So we'll just lay it down. And just take an X-Acto and cut that right out of there. Pretty simple. Now with an aluminum mold, obviously you can use the edge of the mold to trim any over porridge that you have. But with these, because they're silicone or soft, there's really no hard edge to do that on. And I haven't tried that, but excellent job. I'd say that was a success. Let's move on to the Smalley Snacky. The Smalley Snack. Alright, it's time to do the Gobies, the Smalley Snacks, and the Winnows. So what I did was I heated up some silver and I got this ready to go, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some in each one of these cavities. Just let it kind of run into things. I think I'm going to do that for each one here. by the way, if you're wondering, his molds are very reasonable for prices. I think each one of these is like 30 a piece. I'm not sure about the craws anymore. I don't remember what I paid for those a long time ago. I've had those for a while. And I have a lot of the craw molds, actually. I think my plastic's starting to get cooled down again. So I may have to heat it up after this next one, because I'd like to do a little bit of this silver with the winnows as well. Okay, so that'll do it for those. Oh yeah, nice and warm. Let's go ahead and just do a thin line down each one of them. Alright, so we got the silver done. I'm just kind of picking out some little pieces that I didn't want to be in the bait, and that one actually came out, so I'm going to have to re-pour that one. Oh, it's getting too cold. Getting too cold, but that'll work for now. Okay, so got those, just cleaning up some little pieces. Hopefully I don't pull it out like the last one. And we're going to continue heating up the white pearl. So I've got 30 seconds on the microwave right now, and we are just going to heat up all of these real good. Not sure what temperature this heat gun goes to. I don't think it goes that hot. It says it goes to 950 degrees Fahrenheit, but I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, so my white pearl is ready. I've got that one heated up pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and pour that one. I'm going to heat each cavity up while I'm doing this. It's kind of a two-handed thing here. I'm also trying to let that plastic run out into those cavities. Like I said, you want this kind of hot, because I don't know, as far as the bond goes, you want a good bond, but you also want the plastic to fill everything in. So heating up these cavities really helps. And getting that tail is very important too. Okay. Trying to get that tail done, and I was trying to get that fin filled in, so I'm gonna have to trim that one up. So that one's good. Let's do one of these winnows, and again I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna heat up one cavity. This plastic should still be nice and hot. So there's that one. So we got these two filled up. I'm gonna do the other two off camera and then we'll come back and take a look. Let's see how we did. I'm gonna take out the first Smully snack. Ooh, that looks really good. Very minimal cold cracking. You can see that definite line between the head, the fins, and the tail, and the white. That came out amazing, and it's almost like the cheeks were perfect. So that did it really, really well. I hope you guys can see that detail. Let it focus there. Look at that. The cheeks filled in so perfect. There may be a couple of these I have to trim like this one, but I think I did a pretty good job on most of them. Same thing. That is so awesome. I'm so excited. Let me get the rest of these pulled out. Like I said, there's a little bit of trimming we got to do on a couple of them, but not much. And as far as like fins go, he's very good at doing the very, very fine detail on the fins. These came out incredible. Like I said, I've got a little bit of trimming around the tail section, but that's about it. But those came out incredible. This one I'm gonna have to trim up a little bit extra, just because I went a little bit too much on around the fins trying to fill them in. But actually not bad. They're easy to trim. They're very, very easy to trim. Like I said, you just set it down flat and just trim off the excess. Very simple. Very, very simple. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. These gobies are gonna kill. All right, let's see how we did on the winnow. Get one of these out of here. Come on, big guy. So I don't know if that had to do it with the tail or not, but look at that. It's a minnow, but like almost like a worm. Just trim up a little bit of the tail here. Look at that. Hopefully that'll zoom in a little bit there. My camera's having all sorts of problems focusing. There we go. See it? Nice little winnow. The detail on that head. See if I can get that zoomed in there. Might be too close. That's the best I'm gonna get. But the detail in the head and the little fin here on the back, that's gonna kill. That's awesome. And I can see a little side fin here too. That's amazing. So those are gonna do really well. So all right, well, let me get the rest of these taken out and I will get them into a curing tank, get everything trimmed up good, and then we'll come back and show you what everything we've done so far with all of these Slims Lures molds. All right, so here we go. We got it all laid out. I did 8 of the gobies with the 2 molds, and I did 10 of the winnows with the 2 molds here. And then I did 2 of the smaller craws and 2 of the bigger craws in that copper green pumpkin. Pretty awesome, guys. I'd actually go meet up with Slim and try to do some fishing with him, but he's about 4 hours from me, so he's over in West Virginia somewhere. I'm in Virginia, so it's a little bit of a trip to go do that, but I'd love to go hang out with him at some point. Maybe we can. But you guys need to go check him out, slimslures.com. He has, like I said, the craws, the Smalley Snacks gobies, and these winnows. But they are awesome molds. Like I said, use a heat gun, heat them up, and they are fantastic. These craws came out amazing. You can do a lot of different things. I know Chris Jones on World's Worst Fishing did a video on his craws at one point, but I wanted to just kind of jump ahead and just do a bunch of his molds all in one video, just so you guys could see what he has to offer. Okay, you guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's videos. I hope you like that. Like I said, we did slimslures.com. He's got some awesome silicone molds, really cool stuff. Go check him out. Get yourself a winnow mold. Get yourself a Smalley Snack mold. Gobies. Can't go wrong. So cool. So awesome. These craws. I mean, the craws come out fantastic. If you're looking for a natural craw, these are the molds you want to get. It's so awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, remember to keep on baiting.